Welcome to the Math Record. Today I'll be covering the ICTM Regional 2015 Division AA Geometry, which I'll be answering questions 9 and 10 in this video. And then in the next video, I'll be answering questions 15 and 17. And then in the final one, in which I'll be answering questions 18 and 20. As usual, scroll down to all 20. Okay, and now let's begin with number 9. Circle O and circle P intersect as shown. Points A, B, C, D, E, O, and P are collinear. OB equals 3, BC equals 2, and CD equals 1. Determine the length or radius of P. Okay, so we have a smaller circle, then we have a bigger circle, then we have a line that connects the center of this circle to the center of this circle. Let's say something like this. Then we have a height from this point down. Okay, so they gave us that OB is equal to 3, so this is 3. They say BC is 2, and they say CD is 1. So I'm going to label this part as X. Okay, so what do we do now? Well, basically, since I see this height, I'm going to make a right triangle. So I'm going to make a right triangle right here. And I'm going to make a right triangle right here. So what is the length of this length? Well, that's just the radius of this big circle. So it's 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 6. Now, what's the length of this? Well, that's the radius of this circle. So the radius is x plus 1 plus 2. So that's x plus 3. Let me separate that a bit. That looks a bit ugly. X plus 3. And what is this? That's the height. So I just call that h and put a right triangle. So now we just use the Pythagorean theorem. So let's just move this over so I have a bit of room to do some math. So we have x plus 1, right? X plus 1 on the bottom right here, squared is equal to, x plus 1 squared plus h squared is equal to x plus 3 squared. And then you could do on this side, which is 2 squared plus, 2 plus 3, which is 5. So that's just 5 squared plus h squared is equal to 6 squared. So you probably see what we're going to do now. We're going to substitute our h squared. So we don't need this anymore, and we just need to focus on this equation, on these equations. So 6 squared is 36, and 5 squared is 25, so 36 minus 25 is 11. So h squared is 11, so we can just substitute that in. Equals x plus 3 squared. So this is x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 11 is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 9. Cancel out the x squares, the 2x and this 6x makes 4x. This 9 and this 11 makes 2. 2 plus this 1 is 3. So that means x is equal to 3 over 4. So if x is equal to 3 or 4, we need to find a radius of our circle P, which is this, right? X plus 3. So we just had to add 3 to this number. So this would be, so 3 plus 3 over 4 is 12 over 4 plus 3 is 15 over 4 as our radius. And that is our answer for number 9. Okay, number 10. A rhombus has diagonals with numerical length 24 and 32. The area of the inscribed circle can be expressed as k over w pi. Determine the sum of k over w. So we have one diagonal, then we have another diagonal. Then you connect these to make a rhombus. Okay, so we have something like this. So the diagonals of a rhombus cut each other in half. So half of 32 is 16, so this is 16. Half of 24 is 12. And the diagonals are also perpendicular. So if we're looking for the radius of a circle, basically how it looks like is, I'll just draw a smaller circle to see how it looks. A little bit bigger. Okay, so something like this. So basically what you see is that we can draw from the center of the circle, which is basically where the diagonals meet, and then you draw to the point of tangency. So if we draw a point there, right? Since the line at this point is perpendicular to the circle, it's 90 degrees. So what we basically did is that we made an altitude that is to the hypotenuse. So in a way, all we need to do is look for this altitude, which will equal to the radius of our circle, and then we could square it to get our area. So basically, how do we get the side length? Well, this is just a right triangle, so 12, 16, you use the Pythagorean theorem. But if you know your Pythagorean triples, this is just a 3, 4, 5 triangle, which is just scaled up by 4. So 5 times 4 is 20, so this side length is 20. So how do we get the altitude? Well, you just use area. So 12 times 16 times a half is equal to the area of the triangle. So then 20 times your altitude, so which is h times 1/2 is also equal to your area. So that means h is equal to 12 times 16 over 20. Cancel out 4s, that's a 3, so that's a 5. So 16 times 3 is 48 over 5. And that's equal to your height, which is also equal to your radius. Now you just need to square this to get pi radius squared, which is your area. So then 48 squared is, using your calculator, 2304, and 5 squared is 25. So then k plus w is equal to 2329. And that is your answer for number 10. So here are all your answers for all 20 questions. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next math record.